Hello all, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to look at what's the difference between PyTorch, Max and the ArgMax. So for that I'm going to use the Google Colab and then make sure that you have imported the Torch library from the Google Colab. If the Torch is not available, then you can just go ahead and install it. But by default, Google Colab has Torch installed, so you don't need to install it. Runtime I'm just going to use CPU, but you can also use GPU for the faster performance. If you're in real world, if you're training any model under PyTorch, you should using GPU, which would improve your performance much better. But anyway, since we are going to just do a basic operation with the PyTorch, so probably CPU should work for us. If not, we can try changing to GPU and see that how it is different. So we begin with creating a simple tensor first, and then based on that, we'll try to see how Max and ArgMax actually differs. Let's say this is my tensor, so this is like a three-dimensional 3 by 3 array here. So let me just arrange it proper way so it looks in the nice. So if I just run this one, so my tensor is created. I can just go ahead and say what is check my shape of the tensor here. So if you check the shapes, let's see what we got. So let's say we got like 3 by 3, so I got 3 rows and 3 columns. So that's the shape of my tensor. Now let's see if I apply a max and then argmax. So what are the values I get here? Let's say if I just don't do anything, I apply simple max. See what do I get out of it? So if I just say torch dot max on the x, if I try to run this, his case gives you 7. So basically across every dimension that you have, what is the maximum value, it is going to return that one. But there's a tweak here. If you're using another parameter when along with the max, so then you can get the maximum value across the different dimensions. So what is that parameter? Let's say if I look at the documentation, so of the PyTorch here. So if you just, as I say, if I just pass it like max, it's going to return the max value. But if you pass the dimension as well, so dimension could be 0 and 1. So 0 corresponds to the column and then 1 corresponds to the row. So let's say you just pass it 0. Let's say what we get it here. So I'm going to get two things here. So one of the things is max value, and another thing I'm going to get is the max index of the max value. So if I just run this one, or maybe let's say I copy into the new cell, so cell here, and this one I just keep it as it is, so for the example purpose. So this is what I'm getting is a max value, and then I just want to print max value here. So you get 9 here again. Now I'm passing a dimension as well. Let's see what we get. So max value and then what is going to be max index. So I'm going to print both the things. So let's see what I get as a max value, and here I see, let's say max value, and then what are the indexes for the max value. Max value index. If I run this now, oops, sorry. So yeah, so pretty much 7, 8, 9. So as I say, when you pass 0, so it is going to check across the column what is the max value. So in this one, if this across the columns, in this first column the max value is 7, second column the max value is 8, third column the max value is 9. Now let's see if I pass as 1, then what's going to happen. And then okay, another thing is the index. So index of the both the max value, so that's going to be like 0, 1, 2, that is second row basically. Now let's say I pass 1 here, I change the dimension. Okay, we got here like 3, 6, 9. So now when you pass x, basically it's going to return everything across the x, this dimension, the x dimension basically. So see in this particular row, first row, what is the max value is 3, second row the max value is 6, and then third row the max value is 9. So based on this what dimension you're passing, it is going to return two things, the max value and the index of the max value, right? Now let's look at the other one, which is the ArgMax, how it is different from the max. So simply ArgMax is kind of subset of max, but what it does is just returns the index of the max value. It doesn't return you the max value itself. So if I pass the dimension, uh, then it's just going to return the based on the dimension that I'm passing. Based on it's just going to return the max index of the particular uh, tensor. So instead of max, I'm going to use argmax, and then if I just print this one, so I'm passing one. So basically, I'm asking across the rows, tell me the value. So it's going to be this row exactly. Actually, what is going to return. So it's, let's say I printed max index. So you see you got the same value because I'm asking they give me the indexes across the x row. If I say 0, it's going to be actually same because we have 3 by 3 symmetric matrix. But when you have different shape, tensor of different shape and size, probably these value would differ. So that's all for today. Difference between max and argmax. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to talk about more on the pytorch, then different libraries. And if you need the documentation, you could just go to the pytorch and just search for this particular pytorch argmax. So it's quite nice and well documented. So you can see here, so if you just pass the argmax, it's going to return the max index of the value. And then if you pass the dimension here, so a dimension, then based on this dimension, it's going to return the value of that particular dimension. So that's all for today. Hope you like the video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.